The last few years, college tuition has increased dramatically. Across the country, students are being forced to turn to novel measures to get by. Here at Georgia Tech, we caught up with one student who is living in the library.
God, man, I feel like a freak. You guys are just both in my face.
So, what is your typical day like?
Well, I go to classes like everybody else. Just, I tend to sleep in the library, considering I don't have a dorm. Because I'm sure you're aware that it's quite expensive to pay for a room there. And I don't have that kind of cash because I'm just a college kid.
Well, isn't there financial aid available?
Yeah, but I barely got in, so they don't really give it to people like me. And usually it's pretty quiet considering it's the library. People stare at me every now and then, but it's cool because I'm wearing stuff that indicates that I go here, so no one questions me. It hurts sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I just go back in the quiet section and cry. For a good, I don't know, 30 minutes to 45. I have a lot of time because I don't have a lot of distractions here, so I usually devote some parts of the day to being sad. It's a tough life.
Have you taken a job?
I always find that on every job application that I've ever tried to get or fill out, there's always one space that says residence, or like where do you live, and I can never fill that out. So no one really wants to employ me considering I don't have what you would consider a stable living condition.
Have you tried to contact like the people who are in charge here?
Yeah, they usually put me on hold. And then that's it. No one ever gets back to me.
Put you on hold, like on the phone?
Yeah, they put me on hold on the phone.
A worker in the financial aid office agreed to talk to us under condition of anonymity. Okay, so do you think it's a problem that some students aren't able to find affordable housing on campus?
I don't really think it's a problem because there's a fixed price for every student, and our residence halls have very low prices compared to the other schools in the state.
Have you, but what about the people who can't even afford the low prices?
That's just the way it is, you know, that's college. If there's a fixed price for everybody, we got a flat rate. We offer financial aid for people that qualify, and if they can't pay for it, then they have to figure out something else.
Is the music nice?
Sometimes. I know that I'm going to get on hold, but I still call just to listen to the tunes every now and then. It's pretty soothing. I like to study to it.
So, what is your typical day like?
Well, my typical day, I usually get woken up by the security guard or librarian at approximately 7:30, maybe. I don't know, I don't have an alarm clock or any phone because I don't got that kind of money. Then I go to classes, I learn sometimes I sleep in them because I never really get a, like, full night's sleep here.
So, where do you eat in the morning?
In the morning, to be honest, I don't really eat that often. Probably get like one meal a day, and I usually have to steal it. If you walk into the food court, you can just walk right out the door you came in, and no one's gonna question you. Put it in my backpack.
So the security guards have never, like, even looked at, like, I mean, yeah, imagine there are people at the food court that try to watch out for that.
Sometimes, but I'm pretty shifty. I get out of there. I'm slick.
So, have you ever tried to acquire food through legal means?
Yeah, I tried to pay for one with some leftover Chuck E. Cheese tokens that I had in my pocket, and they rejected me. So, after that I said, I'm not dealing with that anymore because they're not going to accept my means of currency. I don't want their food.
So have you tried to get the leftover food from Jasmine's Cafe at the end of the day?
Sometimes. Sometimes I go down there and I put on this sob story about how I don't have a house and whatever. I haven't eaten in 5 days. And sometimes I get a nice muffin. The other day I was cold. They gave me a hot chocolate. That was lovely. You know, it's just a day by day thing. I never know what's next.
Are you worried that you'll ever come to the attention of like campus security?
I'm not really worried about campus security. They're not real cops. I mean, a lot of times I just sit around here and just pick up a book because there are a plethora of them. That's pretty much all I have for fun is to read. So sometimes I like to just pick up a good book and get into that. I imagine that I'm the people in the stories, and that tends to entertain me. So you don't think it's your mission to educate all those who want to? My mission is to cash checks and break necks. I'm all about making money. Breaking necks, really? That's just a phrase. I don't actually do that. We don't condone violence at this university. Oh, that's good. Yes it is, son. So, have you had people try to contact you for assistance? Yeah, there's this one kid that always calls and demands to be put on hold. So, I don't know what his problem is, but there hasn't been too many complaints, but it definitely is something we have to look at.
So what happens when the security guards wake you up? Are they angry or?
Well, for a while, they didn't really care. They were just like, oh, he's just studying extra hard. If anything, that made me look good. But recently, they've picked up that I'm here every night, and I think that they know that I sleep here. I used to have a blanket, actually, and they confiscated it so as to remove me from the library.
So are you planning on changing your sleeping location to somewhere else, like different building or?
I might. I hear that Skiles has some cozy areas in there. Here they have the softest couches of any of the buildings here. That's what the other street kids told me.
Other street kids?
Oh yeah, there's a whole flock of us.
So, what differences do you think there are, like, among you?
Among the street kids, or?
Yes.
Well, I am clearly the most handsome of them. But other than that, we're all pretty much just bros. We like to chill and, imagine what it would be like to live in a real house. Sometimes we share our pains and sorrows. We like to go to the CRC occasionally and do whatever people do there.
So where do the other people sleep?
I'm not sure actually, but I know that there's a few guys over there that like to sleep, and my friend Jim, he actually sleeps over in the building where I have chemistry, because they have a nice, they got a nice setup there, nice little futon for him.
So if there's a lot of you in the library, why did it take so long for the security guards to catch on?
Well, I think he always knew, but he was slightly intimidated. There's this thing called strength in numbers, and we roll deep.